Hello, my dear students. I know exams are just around the corner, so let's quickly and easily understand one of the most important chapters, deep water.
You know, this chapter is all about a real-life story of terror and how the author, William Douglas, had to face it head-on.
Now this famous line, this is the key, the central message of our chapter today. You gotta remember it.
So, my dear students, here's how we're going to understand this chapter together, step by step. Simple.
Chalo, let's begin by understanding where this fear even came from. See, it wasn't just one thing. There were two key incidents, Bacho.
Okay, so first, a really scary experience at the beach planted the seed of fear. And then later, he actually decided to face it at the YMCA pool. You might be wondering, why the pool? Well, his mother always warned him about the super dangerous Yakima River. So, the YMCA pool, it seemed like the perfect, safe place to learn.
Okay, now, Bacho, I need you to pay close attention to this part. This is the most important event in the whole chapter.
So imagine this. He was just waiting alone at the pool when this big, older boy, probably just trying to be funny, dangerously threw him right into the 9-foot deep end. You know, he actually had a plan to save himself. He thought he'd pop up like a cork, but that didn't happen. He came up so slowly, and all he could see was that murky yellow water. That's when the real panic started to set in.
Can you imagine, to the terrified young Douglas, that 9-foot drop to the bottom of the pool felt like 90 feet. That's what fear does to your brain.
And this picture really shows his struggle, doesn't it? He fought for air, but his body was just rigid with stark terror. It was like he was paralyzed.
So let's move on and see how this incident, it didn't just end when he was rescued. Oh no, the real struggle was just beginning.
This fear became a kind of handicap that stayed with him for so many years. It literally stole his enjoyment of all the simple things in life, like fishing or boating.
Now, this is a very important question for your exam, Bacho. How did this experience affect him? The points we just saw on the last slide, that's your perfect answer. So make a note.
Finally, one October, Douglas just decided he had had enough, you know? He was so determined to conquer this fear once and for all.
So he hired an instructor who, piece by piece, so patiently, built a swimmer out of him over several months. It was a step-by-step process. So the instructor was finished, but Douglas, he wasn't. He knew he had to be sure, absolutely sure, that the terror was gone for good. So he tested himself again and again, in all different kinds of water. He was challenging this Mr. Terror in his mind until it finally fled.
And this is just beautiful. He had come full circle, right? From being terrified of the local river to shouting with joy from Gilbert Peak. That echo, it was like it confirmed his victory over fear.
So the crucial point is, what did he learn from all this? This is the theme of the chapter, the main takeaway.
Douglas realized something profound. He realized that the real enemy wasn't death or drowning, but the fear of it. Once he conquered that fear, he felt truly free.
By facing both the feeling of dying and the terror it created, he felt completely released, and his will to live, it just became so much more intense.
And that, my dear students, is the final lesson for all of us. I really hope this explainer helps you ace your exams. All the very best. You are all going to do wonderfully.